So happy to be working with everyone today. Congratulations to everyone who just earned their new belts. Give yourselves a round of applause. Before we get started today, make sure you're in your full uniform, you have your gloves on, and black belt leadership. If you have your commas, get your commas and make sure they're ready on the side. Give you guys 10 seconds to make sure you have everything you need. Alright team, let's get started. Natural stance. Sir. And attention. Sir. Hammer switch feet. Bend your knees. Mega fist cover it. Bring your hands and feet together. And bow. And relax stance. Team, repeat our student creed after me. To build true confidence.
To build true confidence.
I must have.
I must have.
Knowledge in the mind.
Knowledge in the mind.
Honesty in the heart.
Honesty in the heart.
And strength in the body.
Strength in the body.
Winners never quit.
Winners never quit.
Quitters never win.
Quitters never win.
I choose to be a black belt.
Choose to be a black belt.
Awesome team. The life skill worked on this week is self-control. Everyone say self-control.
Self-control.
And that means having complete control over your body. So right now, we should be in a relaxed stance. Our feet are apart, our backs are straight. I'm going to take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And everyone bring your hands to your cheeks. Say, yeah.
Yeah.
And team, right now we're going to have our feet side by side. We're going to warm up with some rear kicks. I'm going to turn sideways so you guys can see what this is going to look like. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to take our head, we're going to look over our shoulder. Since we're kicking behind us, we want to make sure we can see what we're kicking. The second thing we're going to do is chamber. We're going to put our foot straight behind us with our toes to the ground. So team, let's try this together. Everyone tap your right leg. Tap your right leg. Put your right leg slowly behind you. Keep your toes to the ground. And slide it back up. Slide it back. And bring it back forward. One more time, slide it back. Now try to pick it up off the ground and balance on one leg. Hold it there, team. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Let's do it again, team. Take that leg, we're going to turn it over on an angle so you can see. Slide it back. Look over your shoulder this time. Try to find the heel of your foot. Check your toes are pointing straight to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and put it down. Awesome, team. Everyone knows that we have 4 parts to our kicks. Our chamber, our kick, our re-chamber, and down. We're going to do all 4 parts of those kicks right behind us. Right, team, hands up. Everyone take your right leg, chamber. At the same time you chamber, you're going to spot over your shoulder. Kick straight back, asa. Try to find that heel, re-chamber, and down. Let's do it again, team. Spot, chamber, kick straight back, asa.
Awesome.
Re-chamber, and down. Team, right now you're going to practice. If you have a bag or a wall, you're going to find that spot. I'm going to show you on the wall, and then most of us are going to have a wall. You're going to spot with really good self-control because you don't want to kick a hole in the wall. You're going to spot, look at the wall, chamber. When you kick, put just the heel of your foot on the wall, asa, re-chamber, and down. I'm going to do it on the bag. Mr. Whitten's going to do it on the wall. You're going to do 5 rear kicks, and then switch your feet back and forth, team. Hands up, and start going. Spot, chamber, asa, chamber, asa, spot, chamber, asa, re-chamber, down. Spot, chamber, asa, re-chamber, down. Check that you're doing all 4 parts of those kicks, team. Work on that self-control. Chamber, kick, re-chamber, down. Chamber, kick, re-chamber, down. Over that chamber, kick, re-chamber, down. Spot. Asa.
Awesome.
Asa. Asa.
Awesome.
Asa. Asa.
Awesome.
And time, team. Awesome. This time we're going to have 30 seconds. Black belt practice time. You're going to go non-stop with your right leg back this time. Whichever leg is behind you, that's the leg you're going to kick with. Now here's the tricky part, team. You want to take your hips before you kick and turn them to the front. If you have your hips sideways, it's going to turn into a side kick. You want to have your hips away so your toes point straight to the ground. Black belt leadership, you're going to try to do spin rear kicks. Everyone else, you're going to try to do jump rear kicks. So your hands are up, you're going to bend your knees, spot, jump, asa. Black belt leadership, you're going to look at the front, turn over your shoulder, and then rear kick, asa. And start going, team. flat. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Team, be mindful as you're doing this. Work on self-control. Get all 4 parts of those kicks. Keep going, team. 10 more seconds. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
And time. Team, remember your hands and feet together. We're going to do 10 jump jacks as fast as we can. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now stance.
Sir.
Awesome. Team, right now, take a second and think about that life skill working on this week. Right, self-control. And self-control means having control of your body. When we're working on those rear kicks, it takes a lot of control. Number 1, to focus on all 4 parts of those kicks. And number 2, to keep your balance so you don't fall over. So keep in mind as you're practicing those kicks, you're working on that self-control. Team, we're going to move on to this week's self-defense. Super exciting. We're working on mount control. I'm going to say mount control.
Mount control.
Team, first I'm going to show what this is going to look like, and then we're going to break it down. So can I borrow you, sir?
Sir.
So team, someone's already laying on their back. We pretend we got into an argument, something happened. Maybe someone tried to steal something, and we're trying to hold the person where they are. So we got on top of them. We're holding their arms down. Our legs are holding their legs. And we're staying on top of them, and we're yelling, help, help, someone come here. I need help, someone call 911. Thank you, sir. Awesome. So team, we're gonna break that down a little bit. Again, this is for keeping someone where they are, so someone else can come and help you, so that way they can't attack you or anyone else anymore. So team, everyone, if you have a pillow, you're gonna get a pillow and put it down right in front of you. But right now, I'm gonna use a square and target. All we're going to do, team, we're going to practice having our knees on both sides of your pillow, or if you have a square hand target, even better. And we're bringing your hands up. So the idea is you're on top of the person, they were trying to hit you. The first thing you're going to do, you're going to make sure you grab their wrists, press them all the way out to the sides. Now team, the wider you spread your arms and the more you press your weight down, the harder it is for them to fight back. So you're going to spread out, it's called airplane arms, or say airplane arms.
Airplane arms.
And you're going to spread out, push your chest down to the ground. And come back up, team. One more time, everyone grab their wrists, put them out, airplane arms.
Airplane arms.
Awesome, and reset. Now team, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see my feet. Give your hands up. After you do your airplane arms, this time you're going to take your feet. You're going to come bring your feet together so that way you can get between their legs. You're going to hook your foot around their ankle, both of your feet, and then you're going to sprawl out so you're flat on top. Great, team. Check your back on your knees, hands up. First thing you're going to do, airplane arms.
Airplane arms.
We're going to call these grapevine legs. So take your feet, hook them around their ankles, and spread them out, and lay flat. And then you're going to yell, help, help!
Help, help.
And come back up. Let's do it one more time together. Then we're going to do some black belt practice time. Team, ready? Hands up. Someone's under you. You're going to take your hands, grab their wrists, press them all the way out to the sides, hook your feet around their ankles, and lay yourself down on top. And yell, help, help!
Help, help.
And stand up. Awesome, team. If you have someone in your house that's about your size, or even a little bit taller, or if you have a body pillow, those are 2 great things to use. If you don't have either of those, that's okay. Still use your target, and then you're going to picture someone in front of you. Me and Mr. Lit are going to be working together so you guys can see what it looks like on someone. Right now you're going to go non-stop, team. Really be mindful of your body control. Work on self-control. You're grabbing the wrists, pushing them out. You're hooking your feet around their ankles, and then you're laying flat. Start going, team.
Help, help. Help, help. Help, help.
you're going through this, be mindful, treat it like a real situation, really stretch yourself out and press your body weight down. If you have someone you're working with right now, it's super important that you make sure you're talking to them and see if they really feel it. If they're able to move, that means you gotta try a bit harder, either spread yourself out more, adjust your positioning to find that perfect spot where they can't move. You have your weight, you have that control. That's why it's called not control. 30 more seconds, Steve. Help, help! Help, help! Help, help! And time. Awesome. So team, I know this is a different self-defense than we're used to doing. This one's from a mount position. We're gonna be learning the other half of that in a couple weeks. So make sure you're really being mindful as you're going through this. Work on those small details for mount control. Team, everyone bring hands, feet together. This time we're gonna do 15 jumping jacks as fast as we can, and right when we're done, get push-up position. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're gonna push-up position, team, and start doing, we're gonna do non-stop shoulder tags. You're gonna touch your shoulder. We're gonna do a little differently. You're gonna do shoulder touch, arms straight out, and then down. 1, 2, 3. Start going, team. Asa, 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 asa. Try to keep your body as straight as possible. You don't want to lean on your side as you're doing these. Asa, 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 asa. And time, team. Everyone lock it up.
Sir.
Awesome, team. This week's lesson of the week is super cool. Everyone say obstacles equal opportunity. So team, there was once a very wealthy and curious king. And the king, he had a huge boulder placed in the middle of a road. Then he hid nearby to see if anyone would try to remove the boulder. The first people that passed by, they didn't seem too interested, but they were the wealthiest merchants that the king had. And rather than moving it, they simply walked around it, and some of them even complained that the king wasn't doing a good enough job of maintaining the roads. Not one of them tried to move the boulder. Finally, a peasant came along. His arms were full of his groceries. He had just been shopping. And when he got near the boulder, rather than simply walking around it like the others had, he put all of his stuff down and he tried his hardest to move the boulder. He pushed so hard, it was a really heavy rock, and eventually he succeeded. He pushed the giant rock out of the way. Now the peasant, he gathered up all of his groceries and he was ready to go on his way when he saw a purse sitting where the boulder just was. So he picked it up, he opened it up to see what was inside, and it was stuffed with gold coins and a note from the king. And the note said, the purse's gold was a reward for moving the boulder from the road. So team, who remembers? Obstacle equals, opportunity. And that's right. With school starting, it's gonna be easy to see it as extra work. School, homework, all the other things that go into this time of year as obstacles. And it's gonna be easy to make an excuse not to come to class. Instead, let's think like black belts, and for every obstacle, think about how much stronger, think about those opportunities we have to become a better future black belt. So team, keep in mind this, as the school year comes, you're 100% into all your work. And your hands on your back. When I say what's our goal, you guys say black belt excellence, sir. What's our goal?
Black belt excellence, sir.
Awesome. Team, stand up.
Sir.
So team, we have a super exciting thing coming up in a couple months called tournament. Everyone say tournament.
Tournament.
So our basic training, we got a kata that we gotta work on, getting ready for that tournament. Black leadership, you're gonna follow along with this kata, and then we're gonna get to our common kata in a little while. Everyone understands?
Sir.
And attention.
Sir.
Everyone make a fist say action kata.
Action kata.
Cover it, say universal dragon.
Universal dragon.
And bow. Some of you guys might remember this. Everyone step out with your left leg. Horse stance. Take your hands, flip them upside down so your palms facing up, and pull them straight back to your sides. Awesome. So I turn to the side team. Pretend you're sitting in a seat, nice and low. Right team, everyone start by taking your right hand. We're gonna do a rising block straight over our heads, and up, up, and bring back. Let's do it again, team. Up, up. Reset. One more time. Up, up. And from here, team, you're gonna bring your elbow across your body, and you're gonna do an inward block with the forearm of your arm. Say in, and reset. Let's do it again, team, from the beginning. Up, up, rotate, in. From here, team, there's two ways to do this move. You can turn your palm out or keep it towards you and do an outward block. Say out, out, and stand, shake it out, team. Let's do that again. Now stance.
Sir.
To chin.
Sir.
Action kata.
Action kata.
Universal dragon.
Universal dragon.
Bow. Horse stance.
Horse stance.
Take that right hand, team. Up,
Up.
in, out,
Out.
reset. One more time. Up,
Up.
in, out,
Out.
reset. And shake it out, team. All right, team, for the next 30 seconds, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna have your hands chambered. You're gonna take that right hand, do a rising block. If you have someone at home that can swing a target at you, they're gonna try to hit you on top of the head. You're gonna do a rising block. Then they're gonna try to punch you in the nose. You're gonna do an inward block. They're gonna try to hit you in the ear. You're gonna do an outward block. So it's gonna look something just like this. This goes in a horse stance. He's gonna come up with his right arm. Now he has to do it really strong. If he doesn't do it strong, he's just gonna knock his arm down. He comes up. Then they're gonna try to punch him in the nose. In. Then we're gonna try to hit him in the ear. Awesome. Good job, sir. So team, if you got a partner, you're gonna do the same thing. Picture someone's attacking you, so you do really strong blocks. You're not just putting your arm there, working on that self-control. Really powerful. Up, in, out. You're gonna try to do it 5 times. Shake out those legs. Then do 5 on the other side. So up, in, out, reset 5 times, shake it out, and then 5 on the other side. You're gonna keep going back and forth, making those blocks as strong as you can, and those stances, making those legs really strong for that nice little horse stance. Start going, team. Black belt leadership. Take off your gloves if you have your gloves on. If you have your kamas, you're gonna grab your weapons, put them in front of you with the blades pointing away from you. And you're gonna get in what's called, for those who are new about leadership, this is called seiza position. We're on our knees, sitting on our heels, and our hands are on our knees. Back straight. Awesome. So team, before we get into this weapon, something super cool I wanted to share with you guys. These kamas actually originated as a farming tool in Asia. They were sickles and they were used for cutting down crops like wheat and most commonly rice. So over time, they became adopted in martial arts as a weapon, as a mechanism of self-defense. Especially during wartime, farms had to use something as a weapon, and this was something that they had handy. So with that knowledge, team, we're going to move on to something else super important when we use a weapon. I almost got ahead, team. What is this? Is it a toy or is it a weapon?
Weapon.
Yeah, I hope everyone said weapon. So team, these are not something we're going to swing around at all times. We always want to respect our weapons. I want you to treat it like a newborn baby. You're not going to swing a baby around. You're not going to toss a baby, drop a baby. You're going to treat it with respect. You're going to treat it with care. So I want you to treat your weapons the exact same way. Before we pick up our weapons, team, everyone make a diamond. You're going to bring your hand down between your weapon and your knees, and you're going to bow your head. And this is a symbol of respect for the weapon and the power you hold with the weapon. Everyone pick your thumbs up in your right hand. Awesome. So team, for today, I want us to keep a careful ear. I'm going to say right or left, and I'm going to use my right or left, and I want you guys to pick up if it's your right or your left. So right, team, we're going to start by taking our kamas apart. Everyone take your left hand, put your left hand underneath your right elbow. and take your right hand, bring a comma, pointing straight to the ceiling over your right shoulder. So it should look something just like this if I turn sideways. Boom. And reset. This is our chambered position, team. Everyone take your hands. Pull your hands all the way back, right above your belt. This is our chambers for our commas. Everyone take your left hand, bring it across, so it's right across your belly, and your blade's pointing away from you. Take that right hand, bring the blade over your shoulder, and team, from here, all we're gonna do is pull our left hand back to our chamber as our right hand strikes straight in front, pretend like there's someone's head in front of us. We're coming over top of the head. We're not punching straight out, we're coming from over top and stopping with the blade pointing right in front. Ready, team? When I say go, nice and strong. And go. Reset. And go. Reset. And go. One more time, team. Reset. And go. Awesome. Now, team, make sure when you're holding this weapon, most people hold it from the bottom. And that's because traditionally, when you hold the weapon, it's an extension of your body. So if I'm staying in front of Mr. Litton and I'm holding the comma all the way up, I can't really reach him from here. I want to use the weapon's full length, so if I'm going to strike, I can reach him from farther away. Thank you, sir. You might see in demo team when they do performances, they hold it in the middle. That's because they're spinning it and doing lots of cool things with the weapons where they need that control with the weapon. For us, we're going to hold it at the bottom. So everyone check you're holding it at the bottom of the weapon. Let's do this one more time, team. Everyone take your left hand, bring it underneath your right elbow, your right hand, your comma's over your shoulder. When you come up, nice and strong. And go. One more time. Go. This time we're going to add one last thing, team. Everyone shake your right foot. Take your right foot, step forward. Awesome. And reset. Step forward. And reset. One more time. Big step forward. Now, team, this is called a forward stance. Our front leg is bent and our back leg is straight. So everyone check right now. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what this looks like from the side. Your front leg should be bent. Your back leg is straight. You're not leaning forward. Your back is still super straight. So I'm going to bring your feet together. Take your right foot, step up, and strike asa. Bring it back. Let's do it again, team. Take your right foot, step up, and strike asa. And reset one more time. Right foot steps up, strike asa. Check that left hand is chambered. Your right hand striking straight out. And bring it back. Team, let's flip it. Let's try the other side. Everyone take your right hand, put it underneath of your left. Your left blade is over top of your left shoulder. So whatever blade striking is always on top of the same side shoulder. Everyone step up with your left leg. Now your right hand pulls back to your chamber, and your left hand strikes out, asa. Check that blade's right in front, it's not pointing down, it's straight. And reset. Step up, pull back, strike, asa. One more time, team. Step up, asa. And reset. Team, you're gonna have the next 30 seconds. What I want you to do, start on your right side, asa. Try it 3 times. Left side, 3 times. And start going, team. Asa. 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 Now, team, it's super important. Every couple moves, you want to pause and take a second to look at your moves. Check your back leg is straight, that front leg is bent, your arm is straight out, your other hand's chambered. Look at all those details. Really be mindful of your body. That's how you're going to have the best self-control, that full body awareness. 5 more seconds, team. Get a couple more strikes in. Us. And time. Awesome, team. Everyone take your weapons, put them off to the side. And get your gloves back on, if you have your gloves off. Awesome, team. We have a really exciting workout today. We're going to be doing some hook punches, some really cool kicks, and we're going to be working on our power and control. So, team, I'm going to quick go through these workouts so you guys can get an idea of what we're doing. The first one is a jab, cross, hook. For our hook punch, let's go try this together, team. Everyone put your right leg back, hands up. we're gonna take our front hand, right from where it should be up by our cheek. Bring your elbow up until it's flat. So if you have pizza on there, it's not gonna fall off. From here, you're gonna pull your hand back just a little bit, and when you rotate for your hook punch, you're not gonna swing your arm out. You're gonna bend your knees a little bit, and when you rotate, you're gonna turn your hips and your shoulders into your strike. Your head is still in front, so you can see what's coming next. If you turn your head away, you're not gonna know what's coming. Hands are up, everyone take that front hand, bring your elbow up, bring your elbow back just a little bit, and turn your body into this punch, asa, asa, and reset. Bring your elbow up, bring it back, and rotate, asa, asa. One more time, come up, and asa, asa. Awesome, so all together for our jab, cross, hook punch, it's gonna be jab, cross, my body already turned, my hook punch is gonna come out, and I switch, asa, soup, soup, asa. We're gonna do that non-stop for 40 seconds. Team, ready, hands up, and go. Soup, soup, asa, 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 soup, soup, asa. Work on that rotation, that self-control, team. Soup, soup, asa, soup, soup, asa, soup, soup, asa, soup, soup, asa, soup, soup, asa. And time. Check out those arms, team. In the next workout, we're going to be doing mountain climbers. Everyone get down, push-up position. We have 5 more seconds of rest, and we're doing non-stop. Bring your knees all the way up to your elbows. Ready, team? And go. Asa, 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 asa. Keep it going, team. And time. I should get those arms. The next one we're doing, team, is jump rear kicks. We're all going to be doing jump rear kicks this time. So keep your hands up. We're going to start with our right leg back, our hips forward, almost like you're doing a lunge. Then you're going to jump up, rear kick, asa. Ready, team? And go. Asa. 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 Check those toes are down as you're doing these kicks, team. Asa. 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 Time. Awesome, team. The next workout is called flutter kicks. We're going to be down on our back. Our feet are straight in front. We're almost like we're treading water. Our feet are going up and down. Ready, team? 5 more seconds of breathing. And start going, team. Non-stop. If you get tired, you can't do any more, get your hands under your back. And then keep going. Keep going, team. Hold those feet up. Focus on your breathing as you're going through, in through your nose. And out through your mouth. In through your nose. And out through your mouth. And keep going, team. 5 more seconds. Keep it going, keep going. 4, 3, 2, a little faster. 1, and sit up. Awesome, team. Shake it out, shake it out. Last one we have for round 2, called lunge. We're gonna do a twist, hook punch at the bottom. So I'm gonna step back and do a lunge. Now, team, I'm gonna put my knee on the ground so I can show you. We're gonna have our knee off the ground. We're gonna twist towards the knee that's up, and at the same time, we're gonna do a hook punch, asa. So it's gonna look like this. Lunge, asa. Then we switch, asa. Ready, team, hands up, and start going. Asa. 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 Take your time with these, team, working on the control. Make sure you have a good form for that hook punch. Asa. 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 Asa.
Us.
Asa.
Us.
Asa. 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 And time.
Us.
We'll check it out. Team, we're gonna do a speed round. This time, we're gonna do everything from top to bottom for 15 seconds. When I say switch, as fast as you can, you're gonna to the next one. This time for those kicks and punches, you're gonna have the other leg back. So I'm gonna put your left leg back, hands up. Oh yeah. Ready, team? And step going. Step cross, go. Soup, soup, asa. 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 Switch. Right to mountain climbers, team. Asa. 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 Faster, team. Asa. Asa. 5 more seconds. Asa. 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 Time. Sit up. Jump rear kicks, team, right away. Asa. 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 Time. Switch. Flutter kicks. Keep going, team, keep going. And time, switch, last one, team. Lunge, twist, hook. Asa. 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 Time. Push it out. Awesome, team. Put your hands over your head. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Awesome. Team, everyone switch your feet. Just a little bit. Take one leg, doesn't matter which leg. Take a big step back. Whatever leg's in front, you're gonna take your toes, pull your toes up, and try to sit back towards your back heel. You should feel a stretch under your calf, all of your leg right here. Hold it there, team. And switch. Other leg in front. And sit back. And switch. And switch. And shake it up. Team, lock it up. Sir. Awesome. Team, before we get bowed out, quick reminder, if you don't have your comments yet and your black leadership, see your online instructor to get more information about that. Other than that, team, your homework for this week, send a video to your online instructor of you trying mount control in the air, or even better, with someone about your height or your body pillow. Number 2, send a video of what you learned today from the kata. So basic training course, you're doing universal dragon. Like leadership, you're showing kamakata ichi. But you just did the first basic moves, so you're just gonna show the basic moves of it. If you wanna know the name of it, it's called ichi. So practice the name of that too, team. Let's get that out nice and strong together. All right, stand up. Touch stance. Sir. And attention. Sir. Everyone step out with your left leg. Bend your knees. Make a fist. Cover it. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Bring your hands feet together. And bow. Team, bring your hands up. When I say AB, you guys say see ya. AB?
See ya.
Awesome. Have a great one, team. Congratulations again to everyone who earned their new belt.